The beloved Malayalam film Romancham's Bollywood remake is here. I watched it. It was definitely the longest 2 hour 20 minutes of my life. And the remake actually proved me wrong. How's that? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and I watched Kapkapii, the Hindi remake of Romancham, directed by Sangeet Sivan. I don't know why I went for this film. Maybe I had time. I thought let's check it out. How did they butchered the original? Now when the remake was announced, I actually made a video saying why it's a wrong move, why Romancham cannot be remade. Because it's just not a story that can be remade. It's based on the real life experience of the director himself. And he used that to craft a screenplay that works so well. Watching Romancham, you feel that this world is lived in. I could believe, I was convinced that what I'm watching really happened. And watching Kapkapii, I realized that it's possible to remake it, but only if it's done well. And obviously, that's not the case here. I literally went through Romancham again just to refresh myself. And that too in Hindi dub, which is available, and it still does the job. Now, something to note here that the director of Kapkapii, Sangeet Sivan, actually passed away during the post-production of this film. And I'm sure that's the reason why it took the film longer to release. And it's very much reflected in the film also. Like if I had not seen the original, there's so much in the film I would not even understand. Because the writing and the editing is all over the place. And here you can give the benefit of the doubt that maybe if the director was there and had completed the film, these issues might have not been there. Now they did make few changes and added some extra stuff which I don't honestly think was needed. The original was 2 hours 9 minutes and the remake is 2 hours 20 minutes. Now there's always a question how to evaluate a remake. Should it be very close to the original frame by frame or should it be different? Should it change things or not? Should it be better than the original? Or maybe it's about how you adapt the film from different language and culture into your own. Does the remake retain the soul of the original? The thing that made the original special, do you carry it forward? Or is all just a cashing on the success of the original? We'll try to find the answer for that by the end of the video. So first let's talk about what works. There were few people in the theater with me and they were having a good time because they were laughing, throughout the film. And I assume they enjoyed the film and had not seen the original. And even me who has seen the original, there were bits which were funny. There were some one-liners. Shreyas Thalpade playing Somin Sai's character, he is known for his comic timing, so it does get some laugh. And there are some genuine ones. But at the end, you have to remember that most of it actually comes from the original. The whole setting, the situations, the characters, the dynamics between them. Arjun Ashokan's iconic nod. When Tushar Kapoor does it, it is funny. It is getting those laughs, but it's not the same. And the truth is that today Bollywood is not at a place where they can actually make an original film like this. Because no producer will put in the money, because there's no scale, there's no formula there, there's no scope for big actors, because it's a ensemble cast. You're laughing at them. There are no heroines. Like in the remake, they literally added an item number also. I'm not even surprised. That was expected. Like almost 90% of the film is frame by frame the same. From the dialogues to the delivery to the way the house looks to the architecture to the locations in the film, the posters, the rats, costumes, the casting of characters. They literally casted the people who look the same as the counterpart in the original. If it was a fat guy in the original, they got a fat guy in the remake. For the Don character, they definitely changed the color. In the original, it was white. In the remake, they made it black. Now, the 10% that they added from themselves, that just ruined it more. Watching the remake made me realize how important music is. What Sushin Sham delivered with Romancham. So iconic. Now, the biggest change they made, because Bollywood is so feminist, is adding 2 female characters. Because Romancham clearly lacked them. Where are the women in Malayalam cinema? Remember that? So in the remake, they were like, we will add female characters. Now, the first assumption would be it is for glamour, but thankfully that's not the case, at least directly. But there's totally zero logic behind them existing in this film. Like they exist only when the movie starts. Let me explain. So we start with that hospital scene, then we go back into how they live, all the establishing shots of every character. Then the Sobin side counterpart, he goes on the roof to fix the antenna so they get the TV signals. And that's the first time he sees a girl there on the terrace, because there's one more room there where 2 girls are living. And this is the first time he has noticed them. Wait, they live on top of your house. How did you never saw them coming in, shifting to that place? There's no talk about it. He just saw them and he goes down and tells everyone, there's girl, I'll go first and try my luck and then you guys can go. And these girls are also present at the wedding they go to, where they give that toilet. Why are they there? No explanation. They are just there. Like honestly, which world is this where 5-6 random bachelors are living on the ground level? Only one of them goes to work. They're just loitering around, just drinking, smoking, not even dressed properly, just a useless bunch. And 2 girls who are working decide to rent a place above their house, and that too in a very very remote area. These girls have no agency. Like, they literally want to hang out with these people. And here it's not about you should not judge people just because they are like that doesn't mean they are bad people. No, I'm not going in there. I'm talking about the realistic aspect of it. Romancham was inspired from real life. There's a reason why there are no female characters in that, because it doesn't happen like that. No girl in their sane mind, even if they are forced to, would live there. Now, one of the girl works at a cyber cafe where these characters go and check their result and also check out some different site. And even that's not a red flag for the girl. And she's there to later fall in love with Sobin's counterpart. And now with the other girl, there's a random subplot going on where she's actually talking to the guy who only has a job, and they are in love but they're never met. And she has moved there just because that guy, but she doesn't reveal to him that it's her who he's talking to. And throughout the movie, she goes to him physically and try to flirt with him, and he doesn't like it, and he always runs away from her. And it's not that later in the film they make a big point about it. No, it's like that resolved. And there's more to this girl. There's suspicions around her. She's haunted. She can see ghosts. Something is wrong with her, just like Arjun Ashokan's character. Something similar. But again, they never explain it. It never comes up later. It's just like that. It never existed. Okay, there's this scene where someone has fallen down and they need to give him water. There are 4 people standing and the girl. And Sobin's counterpart says, bring water. And it's not that the film makes a point that all these 4 boys are useless. So the girl decides, I'll go and get the water. No. The moment he says get water, she's like, yes, I'll get it. Why? I'll let you think about it. As I said before, there are a lot of abrupt cuts in the film. There are big chunks which connects the story, but it's not present. And I know this because I've seen the original. And you never feel it's a real place with these real people living together. That authenticity is missing. And because of that, the tension the original creates through its sequences, even that is missing. Now, storytelling wise, the biggest switch they made is that they actually made it a horror comedy. With Romancham, it's very open. They neither deny or confirm the presence of supernatural. Yes, you can debate about it. There are clues here and there. You can have long discussions. You can have arguments. Is there a ghost or not? But it is actually kept very vague. But with the remake, they are very clear. They literally show you the ghost multiple times through the film. At one time, she's having tea, and when the guy asks for the money, she's like, I don't need to pay money. And suddenly she disappears. Then we have this tantric coming at the night. He just comes, stands at the door, the ghost looks back, and then he leaves. That's it. We cut. The tantric never shows up again. He doesn't come to them and talk to them. No, nothing like that. And also there's a scene where one of the girls, which is assumed haunted, she is looking at the ghost and they exchange a stare, and then we cut and nothing really happened. It's very obvious they saw horror comedies are working, so let's add that more horror elements. Again, going for that formula, the trend. The whole climax portion, when Sobin again puts the carom board, how all the things happen around, you can give an explanation. The wind is blowing. The lights went off the moment he was trying to go and switch off the light. The door got shut because of the wind. Maybe. Or maybe it was supernatural. But in the remake, when he's going to switch off the lights themselves are turned off. All the doors are shut at the same time. The guy's stuck in the toilet. The water is filling up the room. The electricity wire has dropped in. He's gonna die. And the final realization of Sobin's character, when he also understands something is wrong. In the remake, they have shown that the powder is forming over the carom board in a ghost and it just disperses. And then they all run away. There's a blast in the house. The friend is still stuck inside the toilet. He's gonna die. So Sobin's counterpart runs in, try to save him, and he actually saves him. And while coming out, the fan falls on his head and he falls down and passes out. And before passing out, he sees something, just like the original. The ghost going into a miniature laughing Buddha, not the back. And that's the reason he's in the hospital. Unlike the original, where it was the fever that made him pass out and they had to take him to hospital. And because he was in the fever, you can think that he was just dreaming or hallucinating, that he saw a ghost because he was so afraid. Still maintaining the idea that maybe it was real, maybe it wasn't. Coming to the cast of the film, the magic Romancham had, the chemistry they shared, it cannot be replicated. In Romancham, when you see those bunch of people, you feel that they're the same age. But in this film, it's very clear someone is too young, someone is too old. Shreyas Talpade is also very old, and you could see it. So coming to the question, is it a good remake or not? I think it's very clear it's not. But the thing is, for a comedy film, I think sometimes you need to remake, because I saw the Hindi dub. It translates the dialogue exactly, and maybe that may drain the fun you can have. So remaking that, converting the humor, again putting your own setting, making it grounded, making it realistic, that's what you needed with this story, and that wasn't clearly there. Also with the fact that the director passed away, it just added more mess to it. Now with the ending, even the remake teased a sequel, that they will come back. Now I'm not sure if it'll happen, but there's another Malayalam film that can be remade by Bollywood. Check out my Maranama's review. Do let me know your thoughts. If you knew about the remake or not, do you think it can be remade or not, in the comments below, and I will see you next time.